Stop and think about this for 3 seconds. You don't need a perfect routine. You need a repeatable routine. And today, I'm going to give you one that fits in a mug. If you feel like your blood pressure is always in a bad mood, if your body feels heavier, your energy swings, your hands feel cold, your head throbs on stressful days, or if you simply want to care for your arteries before a problem shows up, stay with me, because in today's video you'll learn, first, what really happens when your arteries lose flexibility. Second, the role of nitric oxide, explained with no complicated jargon.
Third, the 1 cup a day drink. And finally, a 14-day protocol with a simple way to evaluate results. And pay attention, I'll also show you the 5 most common mistakes that make people say it didn't work, when in reality, they sabotaged the test without noticing. This is educational content. It does not replace medical advice. If you take medication for blood pressure, heart conditions, blood thinners, or you have kidney disease, talk to your doctor before trying any dietary protocol.
Now, here's the key point. There is no drink that unclogs an artery like a drain cleaner, but there is something that can change faster than most people realize. Endothelial function, the inner lining of your blood vessels. When the endothelium is healthy, it helps the vessel relax, improves blood flow, and supports more stable blood pressure. And one of the most important chemical signals for that is nitric oxide. And why is this not just talk? Because studies on cocoa flavonols show improved endothelium measured by FMD, a marker used in research to assess vascular response.
And research on dietary nitrate from beetroot has been associated with blood pressure reductions in humans in certain contexts. So today's video is about a realistic strategy, using food as a tool to support a body mechanism that influences blood flow and blood pressure. Let's build this from the ground up quickly. A lot of people think vascular health is only about cholesterol. But what determines how you feel day to day isn't just one number on a lab test. It's how your blood vessels behave over time. Think of a garden hose.
If it's flexible, water flows, it adapts. It handles pressure without strain. If it gets stiff, any pressure increase becomes stress, and the whole system has to work harder. Now apply that to the body. You have a tough day. You sleep less. You eat in a rush. You breathe poorly. You stay tense. The vessel tends to constrict. If the endothelium doesn't respond well, it doesn't open the passage efficiently. And then the body compensates the only way it can. And here's an important retention point. You don't have to wait for a scare to start caring about this. The best time is before.
Nitric oxide, or NO, is like a green light signal for your blood vessels. When it's available, the vessel gets the message: relax, dilate, increase flow. When it's low, the vessel tends to stay tighter and blood pressure can rise more easily. And NO isn't something mystical. It shows up in studies, in physiology, and in simple everyday interventions. There is experimental evidence that UVA light can reduce blood pressure by mobilizing compounds related to nitric oxide present in the skin.
And the literature describes nitric oxide production in the paranasal sinuses, which provides context for nasal breathing within the NO and respiratory physiology theme. Do you see the message? Your body has vasodilation buttons, and many of those buttons are habits: daylight, breathing, movement, and food. Now the practical part. Today's drink has 2 pillars. Pillar 1, 100% cocoa rich in flavonols. Pillar 2, beetroot as a dietary nitrate source. Why cocoa? Because studies on cocoa flavonols associate intake with improved endothelial function measured by FMD. And why beetroot?
Because dietary nitrate from beetroot appears in human research associated with blood pressure effects in certain groups and conditions. Write down the base recipe. You'll need 200 to 250 milliliters of warm water, 1 tablespoon of 100% cocoa powder, beetroot, either 1 serving of beet powder as per label, or a small shot of concentrated beet juice. Optional, a tiny pinch of sea salt if you don't have sodium restrictions. Optional, cinnamon if you like the flavor. How to make it: pour the warm water into a mug, add the cocoa. Stir for 20 seconds until it dissolves as much as possible.
Now add the beetroot. Stir again. Drink. Rule number 1, don't boil it. The idea is warm so it mixes well and stays pleasant. If it tastes bad, you won't repeat it. And if you don't repeat it, there is no protocol. Rule number 2, consistency beats intensity. You don't need to double the dose, you need to do it every day. Now here's what almost nobody talks about.
If you drink strong coffee, don't stack everything in the same minute. A lot of people want a vascular benefit and then immediately take something that can work the other way for some individuals, depending on sensitivity.
So do this. Option A, drink first, coffee later. Option B, coffee first, drink later. The important thing is spacing it out. And here's an easy, practical suggestion. Take the drink mid-morning or mid-afternoon. Why? Because it's easier to stay consistent without colliding with coffee, and you'll feel it across the rest of your day. Now the part that turns this into a serious test. For 14 days, 1 cup per day, always at the same time, and with a simple check-in. You'll watch 4 signals, simple and practical. Signal 1, blood pressure, if you have a monitor. Measure seated, at rest, unhurried.
If you measure while rushing, you're measuring stress, not health. Signal 2, daily energy. Do you wake up less wrecked? Do you feel less of a crash after lunch? Do you feel more stable? Signal 3, peripheral circulation. Do cold hands and feet improve? Do tingles decrease? Does that heavy legs feeling ease up? Signal 4, performance and recovery. In training, walking, climbing stairs, do you feel looser? Do you catch your breath faster? Day 7 checkpoint. Don't change the recipe. Don't chase new hacks. Just compare your signals to day 1.
And here's the deal. Comment 14 days if you're going to do it properly. And on day 7, come back and comment better, same, or worse. No gritty story, just real data. Section 6. The 5 mistakes that ruin everything. Mistake number 1. Doing it for 2 days and quitting. That's not a protocol, that's curiosity. Mistake number 2. Changing 10 things at once. If you start the drink, start supplements, start intense training, and overhaul your diet, if you improve, you won't know what helped. And if you feel worse, you won't know what caused it. Mistake number 3. Using the wrong cocoa. Sweetened cocoa mix isn't 100% cocoa. Sugary chocolate isn't the same thing. The focus here is pure cocoa. Mistake number 4. Forgetting the basics, water and sleep. If you sleep poorly and live dehydrated, you're fighting your own body. Mistake number 5. Trying to make up for it with dose. More is not better. Better is repeatable. Now, if you want to boost results without buying anything, do this. Booster 1. A 15-minute easy walk 4 times per week. Easy means easy. The goal is circulation, not suffering. Booster 2. Nasal breathing during the walk, when possible. There is literature describing nitric oxide from the paranasal sinuses, which gives context to this habit within the NO theme. Booster 3. Daylight routine with responsibility. Sun isn't a miracle, but it's part of the environment that regulates the body. And there is experimental evidence of UVA effects on blood pressure via NO-related mobilization. And if you're evaluating supplementation, one common discussion with a professional is magnesium, because meta-analyses discuss modest blood pressure reductions with magnesium supplementation in some contexts. This is not a call to self-medicate. It's a reminder that basics done well usually beat the product of the month. Now listen carefully. If you have low blood pressure and you often feel dizzy, be careful not to worsen it. If you take blood pressure medication, be careful not to stack interventions without guidance. If you have kidney disease, a history of kidney stones, or major chronic conditions, be extra cautious. And if you feel severe dizziness, fainting, palpitations, chest pain, unusual shortness of breath, stop and seek medical care. Can I take it at night?
You can, but many people prefer earlier so it doesn't disrupt routine and tracking. Can I take it cold? Yes, but warm usually mixes better and helps consistency. Can I sweeten it? Ideally, don't. If you really need to, taper down over time so your palate adapts. Can I use milk? You can, but the water-based version is simpler and easier to repeat daily. How long until I feel something? Some people notice signals within days, others only with consistency. That's why the protocol is 14 days. Let me tell you what happens to a lot of people.
They don't really want to care for arteries. They just want to stop feeling tired. They want to stop feeling their head heavy. They want to stop getting out of breath so easily. They want to live without fear of the blood pressure number. And the truth is, most people don't need complexity. They need direction. Direction is one simple ritual, 1 mug, 14 days, and a clear way to evaluate. And what gives coherence to this is that there are studies associating cocoa flavonols with improved endothelial function, measured by FMD, and human studies with beetroot dietary nitrate associated with blood pressure improvement in certain scenarios. Now, if you're narrating this with AI, do this. Keep short pauses after impact lines. In the recipe section, use a kitchen rhythm, short, objective sentences. In the science section, slow down and speak clearly. Always return to the why and the how to test, because that holds attention. And repeat anchors across the video. 1 cup.
Once a day. 14 days. Day 7 checkpoint. Now it's your turn. If you're doing the protocol, comment 14 days. If you want the next video on habits that drop nitric oxide and lock up your circulation, comment next. And send this to someone who always says, my pressure feels off, my circulation is bad, or I'm tired of feeling heavy. This isn't about a miracle. It's about smart repetition. 1 cup a day, 14 days, and a body that finally starts responding.